I always thought the worst thing that could happen on a family vacation was someone forgetting the sunscreen. Turns out the worst thing is realizing the vacation was never meant for you at all. It started 18 months earlier, when Dad retired from the firm and announced, voice thick with that manufactured emotion he used for closing arguments, that he wanted one last big trip, all of us together, like when you kids were small. Mom cried. My sister Claire posted a tear-streaked selfie on Instagram with the caption "Dreams really do come true #family first." My brother Harrison immediately started a group chat called Amalfi 2026 and added a countdown timer. I was the only one who noticed nobody had asked whether I could afford 2 weeks off work, let alone the airfare. But I was the reliable one. The one with the steady remote job at the edtech startup, no spouse, no kids, no debt except my student loans that I'd been aggressively paying down. So when Dad said, "We'll all chip in," of course, I heard my cue. I offered to handle the villa. 12 bedrooms, infinity pool, private chef, perched above Positano like something out of a travel brochure. $87,400 for 14 nights in high season. I put it on my credit card, the one with the sky-high limit I'd earned by never once being late. Everyone Venmo'd me their share. Claire sent $2,800 with the note, "This is killing me but worth it for family." Harrison sent $4,000 and a thumbs-up emoji. Mom and Dad sent nothing. They said their gift was bringing us all together. I told myself it was fine. I had the points. I had the bonus coming. I told myself love sometimes looks like an $80,000 imbalance. Fast forward to November 23, 2025. I'm at Seattle Tacoma at 4:17 a.m. Triple checking passports, herding suitcases, printing boarding passes for everyone because nobody else ever remembers. My phone buzzes. Group chat, Amalfi 2026. Dad, small change of plan. We're flying out of Vancouver instead. Cheaper parking. Meet us there? I stare at the message. Vancouver is a 3-hour drive north. Through the border. On American Thanksgiving weekend. Me, I'm already at Seattle Tacoma. With all the luggage. Claire, can't you just drive up? You have that SUV with the roof rack. Harrison, yeah man, be a hero. I stand in the terminal feeling something heavy settle in my stomach. I almost do it. Almost load 8 suitcases back into the car and white-knuckle it to Canada. Then my best friend Mia, who has been watching this slow-motion train wreck for months, texts me separately. Mia, if you get in that car right now, you will hate yourself for the rest of your life. Mia, I'm outside arrivals. Red coat. Get in. I don't answer the family chat. I will the suitcases outside and collapse into Mia's passenger seat. What am I doing? I whisper. You're choosing yourself for the first time in 35 years, she says, and pulls away from the curb. I expect the blow-up immediately. Instead, radio silence for 6 hours. Then the photos start appearing. First on Claire's story, the whole family in business class, clinking champagne. Caption, surprise upgrade. So grateful. Then Harrison's post, drone shot of the villa at sunset. Pinch me. Living the dream with my favorite humans. I zoom in. 12 bedrooms. My villa. The one with the exact terracotta tiles I'd agonized over for weeks. I refresh. More photos. Mom laughing by the pool. Dad cigar in hand. My cousins, who were never even invited, splashing in the water. Not one picture of an empty bedroom waiting for me. Mia watches me scroll with the expression of someone observing a car crash in slow motion. They went without you, she says quietly. They used my deposit, I say. My voice sounds like it's coming from underwater. I paid the whole thing up front. Non-refundable. Mia takes my phone, turns it off, and hands me a glass of wine. Drink. Then we're calling the credit card company. We spend the next 4 hours on hold with American Express, the villa agency, Airbnb corporate, my bank. The villa owner, a polite British expat named Giles, sounds mortified when I finally get him on the line. Yes, Mr. Walsh, your family checked in yesterday. They said you'd been delayed with work but were joining later. They paid the remaining balance in cash. Cash. $87,000 in cash. I hang up and vomit in Mia's kitchen sink. That night I can't sleep. I sit on Mia's couch wrapped in a blanket that smells like her orange cat and refresh Instagram like an addict. Claire posts a video of the private chef serving lobster. Feeling so blessed, she narrates in that breathy influencer voice she's been cultivating. Sometimes God closes a door and opens a yacht. Harrison tags me in a story for the first time all day, a photo of my bedroom door, the one with the little brass plaque I'd paid extra to have engraved Alex. Now with a pink scrunchie hanging off the knob. Caption, guess this one's taken, winky face. The rage that floods me is so pure it feels holy. Mia finds me at 3 a.m. typing and deleting messages. Don't send anything yet, she says. Anger is useful, but timing is everything. She pours me tea and makes me tell her the whole history, starting from childhood. How I was the middle kid who mediated every fight. How I paid for Claire's wedding flowers when her in-laws backed out. How I co-signed Harrison's condo when his credit was shot from a bad investment. How every Christmas I flew home alone because someone has to be the adult. By sunrise I'm cried out and strangely calm. First thing, Mia says, we freeze everything you possibly can. We start with the joint savings account our parents insisted we all keep for emergencies. I log in for the first time in years. Balance, $11.43. There used to be over $200,000 in there. My inheritance from Grandpa, plus years of birthday checks I'd deposited because Mom said it was safer together. Every penny gone. Transferred out in chunks over the past 18 months. All signed with what is obviously my forged electronic signature. Mia doesn't let me scream. She hands me a notebook instead. Write it all down, she says. Every dollar. Every lie. We're building a case. Over the next week I become an archaeologist of my own life. I request bank records. I subpoena credit reports. I hire the forensic accountant Mia's divorce lawyer friend recommends. The picture that emerges is meticulous and cruel. They never planned to bring me. The Vancouver switch was the backup plan in case I showed up at Seattle-Tacoma and caused a scene. They used my card for the deposit because it had the highest limit, then paid the balance with the money they'd been siphoning from the joint account for months, money that was supposed to be sacred. They told the cousins I'd bailed last minute and offered them my room for free. Claire live-streamed a Q&A from the Villa Terrace. Yes, we're sad Alex couldn't make it, work is crazy, you know how it is when you're the only one without kids. 47,000 people watched her say that. On day 9 of the trip, Dad finally calls. I let it ring twice before answering on speaker so Mia can hear. Alex, he starts, voice warm and concerned, the one he used when I broke my arm at 10 and he carried me to the car. People are worried. This silent treatment isn't like you. I wait. He clears his throat. Look, if it's about the flight change, we can explain. It's about the $87,000, Dad. Silence. Then Mom's voice in the background, sharp, give me the phone. She comes on, already crying. How can you be so selfish? This trip is healing your father. The doctor said stress could stop. My voice slices clean through hers. You have two choices. You wire me every cent by the time you land back in the States, or I file charges. Fraud, forgery, theft. All of it. Mom gasps like I've slapped her. You wouldn't dare disgrace this family. Watch me. Dad takes the phone back. His tone has gone cold, lawyer voice. Be reasonable, son. We're all adults here. You have a good job. You'll make it back in a year. Some of us don't have that luxury. I laugh. It feels like broken glass coming up. You mean the luxury you stole from me? He sighs, the sound of a man dealing with an unreasonable child. We'll talk when we're home. You're upset. I hang up. Mia high-fives me. That was sexy as hell. The last night of their trip, Claire posts a montage set to some acoustic cover of Home. Slow-motion hugs on the terrace. Fireworks over the sea. Everyone crying as they board the water taxi back to Naples. Caption: the best 2 weeks of my life. Grateful for family who shows up. I screenshot it. Add it to the folder labeled evidence. 2 days later they land. I don't meet them at the airport. Instead, Mia and I sit in the conference room of a law firm in downtown Seattle. The forensic accountant slides a stack of documents across the table. Total taken, $378,412. Over 6 years. My entire safety net. My future house down payment. The cushion I thought would let me quit my soul-sucking job one day and write the novel I've been outlining since college. Gone. The lawyer, a calm woman named Priya, explains options. Criminal charges would be uphill, family cases rarely prosecute. Civil suit is cleaner. We freeze assets, file lease pendants on the house, force settlement. It'll get ugly, she warns. Good, I say. We send the demand letter the next morning. Their response comes faster than I expect. A group email from Dad's account, CCING, everyone including the cousins. Subject: clearing the air. Alex. We are deeply hurt by your accusations. Money has been tight for all of us, and yes, some creative accounting was necessary for the good of the family. You were always the strongest, we knew you could handle more. The villa was a gift to all of us for years of sacrifice. We assumed you understood. If you pursue this, you will destroy your mother's health and tear apart the only family you have. Think about that before you throw away your legacy over dollars. Love. Dad. I read it twice. Then forward it to Priya with one line, proceed. The next months are war. They play every card. Guilt, mom hospitalized for stress-induced arrhythmia. She's discharged in 4 hours. Shame. Claire's influencer friends start a whisper campaign about what a narcissistic older brother I am. Isolation, extended family unfollows me en masse. Harrison shows up at my apartment, well, Mia's apartment where I've been crashing, drunk and crying. You're killing them, man, he slurs. Just drop it. We'll pay you back eventually. Eventually was supposed to be last week, I tell him through the chained door. He punches the wall and leaves. Through it all, Mia is my rock. She cooks when I forget to eat. She proofreads every legal document. She sits with me at 2 a.m. when the panic attacks hit and I can't breathe because what if I'm the monster they say I am? You're not, she says, every time. You're the one who finally said enough. In March we win the first round. Judge grants temporary injunction, they can't sell the house or touch retirement accounts until resolution. Mom leaves me a voicemail sobbing that they'll be homeless because of me. I save it. Label it Exhibit K. April brings an offer, $150,000 and a public apology. I counter with $400,000 and no apology. They refuse. May, discovery phase. We subpoena their bank records. That's when the real skeletons tumble out. Turns out that creative accounting went deeper. Dad's been claiming me as a dependent on his taxes for the last 8 years. Despite me earning 6 figures, they took out credit cards in my name. 2 of them. $42,000 balance. Harrison used my identity to secure a business loan he defaulted on. Claire listed me as co-borrower on her car lease without telling me. The total theft is closer to $500,000. Priya revises the suit upward. They panic. Suddenly the tone changes. Claire calls at midnight, whisper sobbing. I'm pregnant, Alex. I'm scared. Can we please just talk like humans? I put her on speaker. Mia mouths, record. I do. Claire spins a story about postpartum depression waiting to happen if the stress continues. About how the baby needs stability. When I don't fold, she gets angry. You were always jealous because mom and dad loved us more. The call ends with her screaming that I'm dead to her. I sleep better that night than I have in months. June brings settlement conference. We meet in a sterile room with bad coffee. They look smaller than I remember. Older. Mom won't meet my eyes. Dad tries the disappointed father routine one last time. This could have been handled in the family. You stopped being my family the day you flew to Italy without me, I say. Priya slides the new number across the table, $612,000 plus legal fees. They blanch. Their lawyer whispers frantically. Finally, Dad nods. They'll liquidate the investment account Grandpa set up for grandkids. Sell the boat. Downsize the house. It will wipe them out. I feel nothing. Not triumph. Not pity. Just a vast, echoing quiet where the old guilt used to live. We sign. As we stand to leave, Mom grabs my sleeve. I'm sorry, she whispers. Tears real this time. We thought you'd never notice. You never complained. I look at her hand on my arm like it belongs to a stranger. That was the problem, I say, and walk out. Mia is waiting in the hallway with 2 takeaway lattes. You okay? She asks. I take a sip. It's perfect oat milk, 2 pumps vanilla, exactly how I like it. For the first time in my adult life, I say, I think I actually am. That night we celebrate quietly. Pizza on her couch. My cat, who I'd left with her during the chaos, curls on my lap purring like nothing ever happened. I open my laptop and start a new document. Title, working title. Chapter 1. I write the first line. I always thought the worst thing that could happen on a family vacation was someone forgetting the sunscreen. I smile, small and crooked in mine. The money will hit my account next week. Enough to pay off the villa debt, the secret credit cards, the taxes they never paid in my name. Enough to buy a little house with a porch and a yard for the cat. Enough to take a year off and finish the book. Enough to never answer another 2 a.m. guilt trip call again. Mia raises her glass. To boundaries. To never paying for someone else's lobster again, I add. We clink. Outside, Seattle's summer rain taps against the windows, soft, steady, washing everything clean. I have lost a family, maybe forever. But I have found something better. Myself. And for the first time, that feels like more than enough. That's it. Like the video and subscribe the channel for more videos.